All right. I'm going to tell you about a plan that I have, but without telling you what the plan is. I'll be right back. This is kind of crazy. Like, it has to be destiny. It has to be destiny. Because, like, this idea is just too crazy to be real, but it's real and it will work. So, I'll be right back. Welcome. Stick around. I'll tell you a few things. So, I don't know if you guys know, people that watch me that might judge me or whatever. Every second that you guys don't see me, probably about 4 to 6 hours of sleep, and the rest of the time, I'm looking at a device learning things. And people might think, oh, you're not doing anything because you don't watch me, because you're not spying on me at all times of the day. But there's things that are up my sleeve because of the research that I do. That's how I come up with the content that I offer here, is because I research. But unlike other people, I don't use notes. Everything's up here. So, without telling you the plan, I'm going to tell you about a plan that I have with this whole bag and coins and everything. And that's what it is. That's it. Nothing more than that. I can't tell you any more than that. But I came up with an idea that when apocalypse hits, I know exactly what to do. And I'm preparing today with $4. Maybe maybe $8. I'm not sure because I need to get another tool, but there's three tools that I need that can make this happen. And it's insane. It's an insane idea. And you guys will never know until the apocalypse hits. But what I am going to tell you is save up your coins, save up your pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters. It's insane that I came up with this, and I had to do the research, make sure that, first of all, that it's legal. And yeah, basically. I can already start selling the idea, but it'll be in a different way. And then with that revenue, I can continue to prepare because I'll be dealing in certain things. I'll basically be dealing in certain things and be interacting with certain items that I'll want to accumulate. I can't tell you everything that's up my sleeve right now, but it's an insane idea and it's so crazy. But the fact that nobody does any research, they haven't thought of it yet. So I'm going to talk about pump fun for a little bit. I do have a topic to talk about. We're going to talk about pump fun again, and I'm going to tell you about a video that I have coming up at some point soon. I'm not sure exactly when, but basically I'm going to analyze a chart and I'm going to explain it in real time, what to look out for, the signs, and maybe a reason why to not join pump fun. Who am I? I'm me, and you're you. Welcome. Be right back. This is going to be crazy. I know the anticipation is crazy. You want the apocalypse to happen so you know what the hell's up my sleeve. I know it. You want the world to go crazy, everything to end. Give you a hint. Dollar bills to go extinct. Find out what my idea is. Every idea that I have, here's the reason why I'm broke, right? Every idea that I have, I I realize it, I talk about it, I tell everybody else about it, and I never actually accomplish it myself. Somebody else ends up doing it. They take my idea and then they end up doing it. This idea you're not gonna be able to take because I'm not sure. I'm not telling anybody what it is. I'm not making that mistake. Mm-mm. Every single plan, every single idea. I mean, I just played a video game that had me heavily addicted for like 6 hours straight, holding onto a coin with $120 in profit, not selling because I was like, oh my god, this game's awesome. This is what I wanted to build, but I didn't get to it yet, you know. And like it was like it came out of my head, but somebody else made it. So it's like everybody else has chased the dream that I had because I saw it first. I talked about it. I went blah 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 blah, blabbed it, and then somebody else found that and they took that dream. You're not going to take this dream from me. It's not a dream. It's literally survival. And God has a plan. That's why I figured it out. And at the very end of everything, after I realized that I can't be telling people my plan. Only women want me to go and tell my plan and blab it all out to everybody because they want to say, oh, look, he's so smart and I know him. And then grift on that and stuff, you know. That's what women want. To look at the story of Samson. God told him not to cut his hair. He was a Nazarite. He told his wife what his weakness was because the little dwarves, basically the trolls, wanted to know what his weakness was. And his weakness was if he cut off his hair, then he wouldn't be protected anymore. He wouldn't be invulnerable anymore. And it was a woman that told these trolls exactly how to take Samson out. And that's basically the end of the story. He got attacked. He basically lost his ability to be superior. And then what did he do? He found all of he basically went into this room with a bunch of these trolls, and he ended himself as well as the trolls. He took down the ceiling upon himself and the trolls too. So, story of Samson. Go look into that. If you're a male and you've given up your secrets because a female pushed you to, well, that's why. Go look into the story of Samson in the Bible. So we're going to talk about pump fun. Now, after knowing about the Jito bundles, understanding how they work, knowing about plenty of these scammers that keep doing bad calls, literally calling out scam coins. And nobody's doing anything to stop them. Why? Because they can't be reported. And, well, why are you going to buy the coin and call that person out? Why are you going to go spend $1 for, just calling the person out? It's not like you're going to reach the next person that finds that coin on a different one of their accounts. It's an evil that can't be destroyed. You have to dig deep to find who's doing what, because you got to look at the entire trail. Money was sent from here to there, to there, to there, and you just have to do the research. You just look into where it was sent to, look at that wallet, look at the transactions, where was that sent to. It's easy to do, but it takes time. Nobody has the time to go look into all that. Even AI can't keep up with that unless you're targeting, you have a specific program that targets that information. So I am going to talk about Pump Fun. The video that I have coming up, I haven't created it yet, but I have the entire vision for it. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to detect bot activity, to know when it's a human activity and a bot, and to know if the bot is looking to rug, to know if the bot is trying to screw you, basically. Yeah, the idea that I have to protect myself from the apocalypse, basically, protect myself, yes, myself. I'm thinking selfishly now. I've been trying to save all y'all, but now I'm thinking about myself for a minute, like the Rothschilds, basically. At this point, I'll give you another hint. And besides that, it doesn't really give out my plan. You know what I mean? I can't say anything more than that. But yeah, I'm thinking selfishly, and it's crazy that I had these short steps. It took a whole year for me to go from making bags to, oh, that's what I can do with the bag. From thinking it took me 2 or 3 years thinking about holding on to coins, and then, oh, okay, that's what I do, So it took years to figure these things out. And once I figured them out, I'm like, oh. No, it's not as basic as you think. It's probably not what you're thinking if you're actually thinking something. I don't think anybody's considered this. Some people do it in their profession, but it's not a popular thing to do. And in fact, the way that they do it, it's going to be different than the purpose that I'm doing it for. And I have something to make it work the right way. I don't know. I did the research and I figured something out, and I'm going to freaking do it and let's see how it works. And it's going to get interesting. I can't tell anybody about it. If I tell anybody about it, they grab the idea and it's gone. Somebody else becomes king of the world. I can't tell my best friend, I can't tell my mother, I can't tell my father, I can't tell anybody about this. I don't trust anybody with what I just figured out. AI is a powerful tool. You come up with an idea, you can guarantee whether or not it could work. That's what I did. So after doing quite a bit of research on Pump Fun, we'll talk about that too. So on Pump Fun, the easiest way to find out if there's a bot involved with the activity is just looking at the chart. There's different types of activity. So if you're looking at a bot, well, I'm not talking about just a simple trading bot. You go trade up, down, dollar cost average, basic stuff. Okay. Jito bundling is a whole different level. You're using multiple bots at a time. So it's going ding, 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 you know, going everywhere. It's buying and selling, but it's also buying and selling after the fact. Not dollar cost averaging. It is literally doing the trades as if you're doing the trades. That's a Jito bundler. Okay. How do you detect it? I'll explain that. So there's a lot of these people that use these bundlers and they don't consider that their trades can be visually noticed, can be visually identified on the chart. When you see, yeah, there's multiple wallets all buying and no selling, it goes buy, 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 like that. That is a Jito bundler. They're using multiple wallets and they're all buying in sequence. So they basically say, okay, after this wallet has done a transaction, do the transaction, do the transaction, do the transaction in sequence. You can see these sequences. The same kind of thing happens on the way down. The little trades that happen in between the ups and downs, you see the multiple ups and downs, that's usually human activity. So there's a big difference between what's visualized on the chart as a robot activity and human activity. That's important to know because if you're seeing the robot, the Jito bundling activity, way higher of a chance that thing's going to rug all the way down. Because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to fake trade volume. If they sell after the fact, like they didn't already have it on that wallet. You see what I mean? So basically, if they're selling at a loss on that bot, and then that bot doesn't have enough to go back in. There's certain reasons why they're doing it that way, and they're basically stuck doing it that way. So that's how you find out if there's a robot trading on that chart. Yeah, I know I jumped ship on the other thing that I was talking about because that's all I can say about it. Let's just say I have a plan. There's something really interesting that I'm doing, and I've already tested, how long it would take to do the first step, and I got to go get 3 tools from the store. It's going to cost me about $6 total, and I'll be able to get started, and I'll be able to mass produce as well. And it's totally legal to do too, and I didn't know that. So let's see. Pump Fun. Yeah, I'm going to be putting out a video. I'm going to be basically showing examples of bot activity. What is this quality? Did I time travel to the 80s? You got to hit the quality button. I can see myself just fine. I look clear. So I don't know what quality you guys are dealing with. I can see myself perfectly clear. I don't see any latency. It's because it's on my camera. But so if it's lagging, well, blame the phone companies, blame the people. I'm on unlimited internet. I don't understand why it would have any lag. Maybe go hit up those phone companies and ask them why the fuck are these streamers having a bad quality on their stream. So when you're using photon.sol, by the way, go check my description in my channel. I put a bunch of links. You guys can find my links there. It's just on Pump Fun and other things. And there's some referral links, also one to Coinbase if you want to get into crypto. You haven't been into it yet. I also put my cash up in there. So I don't know if you're a rich person, you want to help me out. That's cool. basically the pump fund stuff, I'm pretty much done. I'm gonna take my money out of crypto. I'm gonna go buy tools. And I'm gonna start on this next project in real life. I'm fucking done with crypto. It's absolutely tragic what people are doing. I saw a perfectly awesome token launched by a developer that had 20,000 followers, and it dumped. It didn't rug. It just dumped. People were like, "Oh, okay, we got our profit, we're out," and the developer dumped it too. The guy's got it on his profile. I've launched multiple $1 million market cap coins, but he can't hold the coin. Maybe because it's all fake bullshit. Maybe because that's what they're doing, is just rugging everybody and dumping on everybody. There's a dude with 20,000 people watching that dude, seeing his tweets. Who cares about what I look like? Why do you need to see me so bad? You know what I mean? Like, are you here for communication, or are you here to stare at me? You're staring at me and you're a dude. I mean, I don't know why, it's kind of weird. So there's a dude with 20,000 subs on X, and he's basically just dumping on people. What the fuck? The dude made in his first trade. It was the second transaction. Basically, he bought in, sold. He bought in $4,600, sold $5,200. Like, are you that desperate to make money? You gotta get a bunch of people, gotta get a bunch of poor people to dump into your token, and then you pull them. That's what you got out in this space. And the person's got, like the CEO of Pump Fun, that Tweedale dude, and I don't know. I think the other people also have these avatars, these weird crypto-looking avatars in their profile. Doesn't even have a face. Just launches tokens, and he has 20,000 followers, and he just rugs people. That's what's out there. Don't play with Pump Fun. It's a waste of time. Even when it's a token is healthy, the project's healthy, it still gets rugged by the robots. A lot of it has to do with the panic selling. So you get a lot of people panic selling. They're like, "Oh, I didn't get any profit on this. Oh, I'm out. Oh, I threw $10 at this. Oh, I'm out. I'm gonna pull out freaking $8. I lost $2. I'm not touching this token again." That's what people do. And it's tragic because it's like, if none of them sold, the price wouldn't be able to drop down. The bots wouldn't be able to, get that dip, because they wouldn't be a dip. They'd be selling out their own trade volume, and then you'd be like, "Oh, really? You buy another time?" And then you're in charge of the freaking token. You're in charge of it. You're the front runner at that point. We got so many children mentality type people out there, and crook mentality type people out there, that you can't keep the health of a token anymore at all. There's no new people coming into the space. It's a huge pump and dump. Now, Ansem posted a little tweet saying, "Solana to 300 by 2027. That's a $46 billion market cap currently. In order to get that, you would need like $100 billion thrown into that. At least 50 to 75 billion in order to push that market cap up to 300 to a $300 coin, right? So it's obvious that he's trying to rug his own coin. He's trying to pump Solana so that they can all exit. That's what they're doing. They're a great escape. They see the writing on the wall, that there's no new people jumping into the space. It's all the same recycled money. They're just fighting each other for the same token, the same value. They're counting on people being dumb in order to take their money, rather than actually educating them to create a healthy pump. It's insane. I asked for advice on, hey, why are my sell orders not selling when I set a price? We had like 9 people in the chat. You don't have, there's no smartasses out there that are like, "Oh, I know." Nobody raised their hand. It's because I'm taking you off my channel, dude. Like, you're weird. This dude keeps saying, don't do bad drugs, kids. Like, every single time he comes in. That's a spam. That is a spam bot. Goodbye. So, none of these people in that space are teaching anybody in that space anything. They're not educating anyone, okay? All they're doing is counting on you to be stupid to take your money. That's what they're counting on. Normally, what you're finding for like an influencer that's in that space, they're like, pump! This is going to the moon! And then they fucking dump on you, and then nothing's done about it. It's insane. If they throw it on X, they put the post on X, and they don't say that on Pump, then they get away with it. Generally, they're not as obvious and blatant as what I saw in this other token with the dude with the silly Pump Fun CEO avatar. So they're not that blatant when they're doing it. Basically, the way that they do it is they call it out on their main on Pump Fun. That's a status, basically. They're like, if they can get that to pump, then their account looks good. The next token they call out automatically gets a pump because they just accumulated another 10 people that have a lot of money, a big bag. It's a decentralized environment. Not everybody knows each other. But they're banking on your stupidity. That's why you shouldn't be playing with Pump Fun. It's a huge waste of time. It's a huge waste of your resources. And all you're doing is pumping into thieves. So, I really gave it another shot, one last shot, because I was like, hey, man, there's a few of these beams, though. Like, I'm going to pay attention to these trending, because I still need to pull out with all the information that I can. So I tried out the robots. I tried bot selling, bot buying and selling. It was just too much work. You need a Jito bundler in order to actually trade. You can't trade on that space without all of the tools. If you are using a phone, just one phone, that's not enough. You need 3 phones. At least. And maybe a big screen TV to go and, watch all the transactions that flow through. So in reality, you need 4 screens and actually trade and make money. And then you need about, $1,000 to $2,000. If you're not rich, you don't belong in the crypto space. That's just the way it is. It's unfortunate it has to be that way. I'm going to talk about Coinbase too. So Coinbase, I've had great things to say about Coinbase. Man, Coinbase really, they want to do Clarity Act, their base network. That's really what I like the most is base network. Brian Armstrong making a great product out there. Everybody loves it. But the problem that I have with Coinbase specifically is the fees and the shitty interface. So when you go buy a token, let's say you go buy Solana or ETH, you buy Ethereum or something or Solana and you put it into the staking, you have to pay a fee. But let's just say you use a card and you're going to go buy Solana with that card. It has the tab set to automatically stake. If you accidentally press buy now you've staked it. And now you got to pay a fee to unstake it. So instead of like not having that automatically pressed, they have it pressed automatically. Like, what the hell? Okay, you can unstake it automatically, but you got to pay a fee. So that, and then you're paying a fee on the buy. And then if you pull out, if you try to use that money immediately, you have to wait 7 days in order to actually use that money. It's a scam. It's all a scam. Okay. The crypto space is an entire scam. Don't involve yourself with it. If you're pumping and you know how to pump and you know how to pull out and you're making profit, good for you. Good for you. But your days are limited because there is less and less money getting into that space. Bitcoin has a better chance of staying alive than even Ethereum, even though I can see Ethereum's going for another pump. But Bitcoin will stay alive because of the types of people that are involved with it, and that's it. XRP Probably going to stay relevant because of the people that are involved with it. Ethereum, probably going to see a huge pump soon, but it's going to die afterwards because everybody in that space is just trying to exit at this point. They've been fucked. Everybody's been fucked. Everybody's done with crypto. You know, all the newcomers, they've been fucked. And then they don't want to get into that space because, well, where's the information? You look up stuff about crypto. All they're going to tell you is, oh, buy low, it's a high. That's all they're going to tell you. They're not going to tell you how to deck screen. They're not going to tell you what all this extra stuff means. You're not going to find comprehensive videos to work with crypto and to be safe out there. You know, everything's all about the hype. Look, there's a new project. Please use my referral link so I can make money. That's what they do. It's what everyone's doing. And here I am, I'm trying to educate. So that's what I'm trying to tell you guys is basically if you want a clean-cut case, don't even bother with it. It's not just too complicated, but even when you figure it all out, you need 5 different screens in order to actually trade. And you need to be experienced before you can start playing with hundreds of dollars. You might get lucky. You might find the guy that's like, man, I'm based. I know exactly what you want. I know you want a huge killer amount of profit. Bro, jump into this token. As soon as I post it, jump in this token. And then you're going to see a one pump. And then you're going to chase that pump because you're going to want that again. And you're going to want it again. You're going to want it again. And then he's going to fuck you. You're going to get led into a rabbit hole and you're going to get fucked. He's going to take all of it. Okay? Just have that in mind. You're going to get brazen. You're going to throw it all in and they're going to just rug the hell out of you. That's not my experience. That's just exactly what would happen. You just calculate it mathematically. That's exactly what happens. I don't have to have been in that space to actually have that happen to me. Because I haven't. But do you know why? Here's the reason why, is because they have robots that are able to capture that address immediately. These robots will capture that address immediately, wait for the pump, automatic. It's everything automatic. The code is written. It's written to buy it and then sell it and then buy it and sell it, buy it and sell it without tapping another button. Tap it once, set it up. That's all you have to do, and that's what they're going to end up doing to you because you're just a regular trader. If you're not working with 5 different screens and using a Jito bundler, you're fucked at the end of the day. Once you get enough of these successes, you'll feel brazen, and then you'll lose it all to a Jito bundler. Okay? So it's not worth it to get into the crypto space. But besides that, I have an amazing plan to incorporate my bags with basically surviving the apocalypse. It's going to be sweet. So I got to go and get a couple of tools. And once I get these tools, I still can't talk about it to anybody. I might talk about it to my girlfriend, but that's about it. In fact, she said hi. So I'm going to go say hi to her. Later, guys. Have a good day. Thank you for joining. And sorry I can't tell you my plan. Oh, I know it hurts. It hurts. Thank you for joining. Why is this not closing? There we go. Bye-bye. I just pressed end 2 times. End. It's a good picture of me, though. All right, I gotta go, and this thing isn't working. And cancel. Still didn't work. Nothing's working. All right, I'm gonna